Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. Let's start this video off with a recent update from Samson Dauda. We are currently about 18 weeks out from the Mr. Olympia, and I've covered every update Samson has put out pretty much within the past 2 years, and I can tell you guys 100% this guy has made improvements to the back, and I also think his posing is better, which also makes his back look better, but that is very scary for the competition going into this year's Olympia. Samson Dauda can already stand with the best guys in the sport from the front. And I will also say that Samson Dauda and Nick Walker have the best side shots in men's open bodybuilding. And with Samson bringing his back up, a little bit more back, better conditioning, that Mr. Olympia title might have Samson Dauda's name on it in the near future. But let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think? Samson doesn't have the back of a Derek Lunsford or a Nick Walker. It's possible he can get there over time, guys. Usually when a guy has a weak or a shallow back, he never really brings it up, but Samson is slowly making improvements. And in the next update of the day, we have a recent update from Hunter Labrada, who did a guest posing at his dad's show. Hunter is currently the 7th best bodybuilder in the world as of last year's Olympia, and he is 7 weeks out from the Texas Pro. And it's possible we're actually 6 weeks out from Texas. I will have to go and double check my calendar, but I really like what I'm seeing from Hunter Labrada this season. His physique looks like it has a lot more pop. And a lot of people say this because he isn't drinking chicken shakes and Hunter is actually eating real meals. But if Texas is in about 6 weeks, that means the Tampa Pro is in about 4 or 5 weeks. And I don't think Hunter Labrada is in 4-week out conditioning. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think? Improvements have been made. Hunter definitely looks better, but it doesn't look like he's about to compete in the next month or so. But that's just me personally. Hopefully him and Ben Chow are able to bring it in, because I'm really rooting for Hunter this year. In the next update of the day, we have a recent update from Charles Griffen. And we haven't talked about Charles in a little while because he has been recovering from a pec tear. And if you guys look closely at the picture on the left at Charles' left pec, he is still dealing with a little bit of inflammation. So I think it's unlikely that we see him at this year's Olympia. Best case scenario, we see Charles do a show after the Mr. Olympia to qualify for 2024 and have a full year off. But of course, he should take off as much time as he needs. And it looks like Charles hasn't skipped a leg day at all. And it is unfortunate that Charles suffered an injury, because I believe this guy could already be qualified for this year's Olympia. And he also did not get a chance to defend his Cali Pro title. But let's switch over to Tonio Burton, who actually took 2nd place at the Cali Pro to Ross Flanagan. But I'm looking forward to seeing Tonio at this year's Olympia. Hopefully he can get somewhere around that 10th place spot. Tonio was at last year's Olympia, but he did not place. Very, very competitive competition. But as you guys know, going into this year's show, there is no more point system. If you don't win a show, you will not be at the Mr. Olympia. And that only takes 3 names off the list, but I still felt like it was worth mentioning. As I've said before, if Tonio can replicate anything similar to what he brought to the New York Pro, he's going to be very dangerous. Now let's switch over to Vlad Suhoruchko, who recently posted up an update ahead of the Portugal Pro. And I guessed that about a week ago that he was going to do Portugal. Now this image on the left, I'm a little bit suspicious of. His legs look entirely too big. The chest to back thickness looks entirely too crazy, but it's possible he actually does look this crazy, but we'll see very soon. Speaking of the Portugal Pro, let's take a look at the competitors list. A very, very surprising name, Lionel Bayeki. This guy competed last year, I believe, at the France Pro, and people were very harsh on him. I actually had to make a video to slow people down on the criticism. Roman Fritz from Germany, Peter Clancier, Emir Moragic, Andrea Presti, Vladislav Suhoruchko. Laszlo, I believe he's actually a classic guy, but he pulled out of this show either way until the Mr. Olympia. Portugal's going to be a pretty good show. Now let's switch over to Keone Pearson. More updates ahead of the Texas Pro. And I would go as far as to say Keone looks better right now than he did on stage at last year's Olympia. It's possible he has already surpassed his best while he is still in prep and still has about 6 weeks to go into Texas. I think everyone should go ahead and grab their popcorn. We're going to see something special in Texas. And let's switch over to Classic Physique. We have a recent update from Logan Guthrie, who will be making his pro debut at the Tampa Pro. And this guy's physique really caught my eye. And some of you guys may remember him. He is a former high-style athlete. I'm not sure exactly why he left the company, but add him to the list next to Nick Walker, Justin Shire, Nathan Diasha, Brett Wilkin. The list goes on and on, but enough of that. Looking forward to seeing this guy make his pro debut. I think he really has a lot of potential in the classic physique division. He actually looks like he's a little bit over the weight cap. Look at the size of the legs on this guy. But let's go ahead and wrap up today's video here with the archive of the day. And this is probably going to be the hardest one yet because I'm only giving you guys a set of abs. But this guy did compete in the 70s. Let me know in the comment section below, who do these abs belong to? But as always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video. If you haven't done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Krishan from Go Fitness, and that's it. I'm out.